This is part 2 of looking at the options on the account edit screen. In this video, we'll be looking at the tab Main Setups. Let's go and edit an account. I wish to edit an account that I had just recently had open. Rather than going into the account list and finding the account like usual, I can use the Recent Item option. The Recent Items list shows me the last 8 accounts or products that I've been working on. If I select the last one there, which is Ron Fuller, you'll see that it takes me directly to the account. This is a very good shortcut when you are going back to the same account many times. Let's now look at the Main Setups tab. Firstly, we have the credit limit and stop credit. The credit limit and stop credit are used for charging type accounts. They are not used if you have a cash-only account. The credit limit will allow the account to go into credit for the amount that is there. If you set a credit limit of $1,000, this means that the account balance can go into credit up to $1,000. Remember, this is only in effect if the cash-only flag is not turned on. In this case, it is turned on and the credit limit will be ignored. The stop credit flag allows you to stop charging to an account at any stage. The account can still be accessed at the till. However, the transaction must be paid for by some payment method. It cannot be charged to this account. The discount limit is a very powerful feature within Bepoz. It enables you to limit the amount of discounts that is given to an account. This discount limit field is used in conjunction with the current discounts field. If the discount limit is set to 0, as it is here, there is no limit. However, if I set a discount limit of $100, that means that once the current discount field gets to $100, the system will stop allowing discounts to this account. It is important to understand that only discounts that are added to the same discount totalizer as this account does will be stopped. In this case, the discount totalizer for this account is till discount. This means that any automatic discount in the system that adds to till discount will be affected by this discount limit. If you have other automatic discounts in the system that add to different discount totalizers, they won't be affected by this discount limit. An example of this may be happy hour, or discounts that are set based on a date or time, or product promotions. Below this, you see a Use Group Settings flag. This is accompanied with a box with numerous settings inside it. The Use Group Settings flag in this case is turned on, and as you see, the box is disabled. This means that these settings are not set individually for this account, but use these settings from the accounts group. This means that you can easily set all the accounts within a group to work exactly the same way. It also means that as you move accounts from one group to the next, they can easily and automatically inherit the group's settings. Let's turn off the Use Group Settings flag and look at each of these individual settings in turn. The first one is account type. Every account belongs to one account type. These account types are defined by you and just another way of categorizing your accounts. Below this, we see cash only. This is a very key flag in the system. If this is on, this means that this is a cash-only account and cannot charge anything to the account. Despite it saying cash only, they can still pay by Bepoz or check or other payment method. Next is earn points. If you're using bonus points within the system, this flag will determine whether this account earns points or not. You can also set a default percentage for this account. Below this, you'll see a points profile. This enables you to have a different points percentage based on the type of product. This is covered quite extensively in the manual, and if you wish to use this feature, I suggest that you read that part of the manual. Below this is the redeem points flag. You will see that this is a separate flag from the earn points. This enables you at any time to turn off redeeming of points by individual accounts. Below this is tax type. The options available are use item tax type, override to GST free, and override to GST. This enables you to set an account to always be tax-free will always charge tax. It's important to understand that the words GST would be replaced by the tax names of your region. Next is the pricing policy box. In here we see numerous settings that all control the way the pricing works for this account. First up is price number. You'll see that currently it's set to use till price number. This is the default, and what it means is that the account will always use the normal price that is charged at the till. However, what I can do is override this account to always use one of the other price numbers as specified in the system. Below this is pricing type. Currently it is set to no price change. This is the default. This means it will just use the price that is set in the previous setting, price number. In this case, it will just use the takeaway price with no changes. However, I can also change this to apply a discount, use the cost plus pricing, set it to always be zero price, or three other special case pricings that we'll look at in a moment. For the moment, let's look back at discount. If I set it to discount, then I need to set a discount percentage in the next field. In this case, I have set it to be 25%. The next field then controls which products this discount will apply to. As you see, it says all sorts and types, meaning every product within the system that is sold to this customer will get a 25% discount. However, I may wish to only apply the discount to certain products. That is where this setting for the pricing sort type comes in. In here, I have the choice of selecting it by sort group, by type, or by type group. Let's look at an example. If I select sort groups, a new field appears with the sort groups in it, and I can select which of the sort groups I want the discount to apply to. In this case, I have selected food, meaning 25% discount will only be applied to products that belong to the food sort group. You'll see with this I have a lot of flexibility. If I look at my sorts, you'll see that I have any number of sorts that I can select the discount to apply to. Let's for the moment change this back to food and look at some of the other pricing type options. The next one is cost plus. If I select that, then for all food items, this account will be paying 25% over the top of the cost price. The next option is zero price. This means that all products that this account purchases will always be a zero price. You will notice that automatically the pricing sort and type has changed back to all sorts and types and is now disabled. This means that when you have that setting, it is across the board that all products are zero price. If you wish to only have the food products zero price, then you would set 100% discount and set the food items like this. Let's now look back at the last three options in pricing type: current item, highest priced item, and lowest priced item. These are special case scenarios, and in which case only one item in the transaction will receive the discount. These discounts are only applied at the time when the account card is swiped or the account number is entered at the till. Meaning, the transaction would normally be entered prior to the account being entered. Then, in this case, only the current item would receive the discount. Or, if you select highest price item or lowest price item, it will also only be that one item that receives a discount. This also works in conjunction with the pricing sort type and the sort group, meaning that in this case it will only be the lowest price item for food that is discounted. Below these pricing settings, we have the add to discount total setting. This tells the system which discount total that the discounts for this account should be added to. Typically, you would have all the accounts adding to the same discount total. However, you may have special discounts like ban riders or special management accounts that you wish to go to a separate totalizer. Below this, you'll see a flag force account price. Typically, the pricing policies as set here will only apply if they're lower than the normal selling price at the till. That means if the till's price is lower than what this account's price is set to, it will not apply the higher member's price. This would apply if you're in some sort of happy hour and the till's price is heavily discounted. If the member's price is higher, it will not be applied. However, if you turn this flag on, force account price, the member's account price that is set above will always apply, whether at higher or lower than the normal till's price. The last two settings in the Use Group Settings box are Allowed Operators and Allowed Venues. These allow you to restrict use of certain accounts to specific operators or specific venues if you're in a multi-venue environment. You'll see that in the Allowed Operators, I can specify that this account can only be used by operators who belong to the manager's group. Back up the top, there is a series of flags. The first four flags, do not email, do not SMS, do not post, and do not phone, allows you to specify by an account whether or not to send information out to these people. The do not email and do not SMS is linked directly in to the Bepoz messaging system, and if you are sending out SMSs to groups of accounts, this flag will automatically prevent an SMS being sent to this account. Likewise with the email flag. The do not post and do not phone flags have no impact within the system. However, you can set these and use them as filters when you're creating your posting lists and phone lists. The order number required flag, if on, will then prompt the operator to enter an order number whenever this account is used at the till. This order number is saved in the transaction comment field. Lastly, in the main setup screen, there is a box called History. This contains the current totals for this account. You'll see there is account balance, gross turnover and net turnover, and current discounts. The current discounts, as mentioned before, are the discounts associated with the pricing policy. There is also a visit count. It's important to understand that this visit count is incremented only once per day, no matter how many times the account is used within a day. Then we have last transaction ID and the date and time of the last transaction. Below this we have the points balance, points earned, points redeemed, points expired, and the date and time from when last the points was cleared. Below this there is the account payment button. At any time in the back office I can accept a payment for an account. This would be used if someone sends you a cheque within the mail and you open the cheque in the back office, rather than going to a till to enter the account payment, it can be done directly here. To do this, we simply click the account payment button, enter the amount of the payment. The system will prompt you to select the payment type. You will then be prompted to confirm you wish to proceed. Once I hit OK, this message appears. What it is telling me is that the transaction has been posted. However, it is only going to be posted to the account when the smart controller is running. This is typically going to be immediate, but if your system is running in an offline mode, this won't happen until it's back online. You'll see now that the account balance has been updated to $50. That concludes this video on the main setups of the account setup screen. There are other videos that cover the details and address, the other info, and the membership tabs.